let's say this is a side view of the mind that I'm drawing. And so this is the conscious thinking level, where we have just all these thought waves that we go, our whole lives, we're kind of up here, hanging out here, going from thought wave to thought wave to thought wave. So then when you start to meditate, what happens is these thought waves start to settle down, and you start to experience subtler levels of thought. So the thought waves become less, and subtler yet. And then just a faint impulse of a thought. And at this point of the faint impulse, if you think back to that experience that I had when I was in high school, where I felt like I was coming to the truth, the ultimate truth, the secret of the universe. What happens is, as your awareness becomes subtler and subtler, it becomes more expansive. It becomes more holistic. And so it's like a wave that is, instead of being very distinct, a wave, I'm talking about a wave of water, right? A wave that's very distinct, if it becomes almost so subtle that it's just a faint rise, then it's a wave that's almost one with the whole ocean, right? It's just almost one with the ocean. And then, so at this point, it's like there's just the faintest, most expansive level of thought, where thought is comprehending that wholeness of life. So it feels so truth-filled. And in India, they talk about these different states of speech, where we have, anyway, I won't get to that, but they talk about Vaikari, Madhyama, which is, Vaikari is the audible level of speech. Madhyama is the middle level. That's up here and maybe here. And then Pashanti is this level of revelation. It's the level of the subtlest level of speech that's almost one with the ocean of wholeness of life, of pure consciousness. And so that's where thought is so pure and so true that it just cognizes the truth. It holds just the truth. So that's Pashanti. And then when that dissolves, then you have Para, which is just pure consciousness. That is just the ocean. And they call that the level of speech because you have to have an ocean before you can have a wave. So you have to have consciousness before you can have a thought wave and before you can have a speech, because speech depends on the thought, which depends on consciousness. What happens is you start to get more and more clarity at these levels, and that becomes very delicious. It becomes, as you gain that clarity at those subtle levels, that's where you start to have that same experience that I described. Because what I described before was like crystalline clarity, right? So for many years of meditating, I also just, felt peace, felt calm, felt silence. But as you start to gain clarity at these subtle levels, the thing is, the subtle levels, the subtle level of everything is more powerful.